Joining me in the studio today is Gary Gwilliam. Gary, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
Very good. And so, Gary, you recently received a Lifetime Achievement Award, and that's an amazing accomplishment. Congratulations. And so, if you would maybe tell our viewers, what did it mean to you to receive that Lifetime Achievement Award from the Alameda Contra Costa Trial Lawyers Association?
Well, this is an organization that's near and dear to my heart. I helped founded the organization in 1971. I was a president in the 70s, and I've been very active. So I'm kind of the probably the premier uh, uh, person in terms of longevity. It was very nice because they'd never given an award like this. And Rick Simmons, who was a past president of CAOC and a friend of mine, gave me a very nice introduction, telling the group when I got the award that he felt that, given my work, particularly with the Consumer Attorneys of California, that I had helped save the trial organization because of a fee initiative that was when I was president. So it tied in both to my Alameda Contra Costa work and my presidency of the Consumer Attorneys of California. So it was a wonderful award and very, very appreciative of it.
Fantastic. Now, you mentioned Consumer Attorneys of California. That's the premier plaintiffs' trial group for the state of California. You served as their president. And another thing in your history, Gary, that I always find interesting, I think you were one of the founding members of what's today called Public Justice, but I think at the time it was called Trial Lawyers for Public Justice. Tell us a little bit about that.
I wouldn't say I was a founding member, but I was one of the early members. I came into it in the 90s, and that's a wonderful organization that I was president of in about 2002. I'm not as active in that organization anymore. They've changed it a little bit, but it was a wonderful consumer organization, and just another example of the fact that I've tried to be out there, giving back to the profession. All these organizations I'm involved in are all voluntary. So um, I've prided my career on trying to give back to my fellow attorneys, particularly my fellow trial lawyers. So I'm very proud of the organizations that I've been involved in.
That's awesome. You know, it brings to mind a question. And so, if we have young lawyers who are watching this video today, what advice might you give them about the importance of serving professional organizations like the ones we've talked about?
Well, it's kind of an individual thing. Some people want to get more involved than others, but I think, but for example, the Consumer Attorneys of California, you really need to be involved in that. There's educational things, and there are very important political issues. For example, this year we in the state of California are facing a very serious initiative by Uber company that is trying to limit our fees a little bit like they did when I was president. So I think it's really incumbent on anybody that does trial work that they particularly be involved in Consumer Attorneys of California and the national organization, the Association of Trial Lawyers of America. ATLA. Those two organizations. If you're going to be a trial lawyer, I think you absolutely need to be a member of and hopefully be involved in.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Gary.
Sure, always.